Well, hello there. What a great day it is. I feel like I'm in a good mood, regardless of what the markets do. Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We are powered by Advanced Trading. Now, if you're out there in grain land, you might have an elevator calling you, telling you today is most likely the last day to price against July. And with that, we have a little bit of news. There's some exciting things happening in the world, some not so exciting. Overall theme, though, the markets were up kind of healthy last night. And what happens at night has nothing to do with the day. If you don't understand, give us a call, 1-855-737-FARM. I'll explain it to you. All right, let's take it to LaSalle Street. Then we're going to bring in the one and only Brady Huck. He's back. He was out working remotely. Let's take it there. All right, July corn. This is the last day we're talking about it. Let's not even talk about it. Let's look at Sep corn. Sep corn it is. Sep corn's down a half. No, beans are down 4. Meal and oil a little mixed. We see meal lower, oil higher. Wheat. This is something interesting. Border trade wheat up. Casey wheat up 6. Border trade wheat up 3. Minneapolis wheat up 4. Live cattle, nice firm day. Augie up 100. Feeder cattle up 185. Brady Huck's going to talk about cattle. And with that, let's take it to Wall Street. Wall Street, I'm looking at gold lower, silver lower, little price action in interest rates. The bond market's lower, which means interest rates are going up. Crude oil up 17. Natural gas calming back down. Natural gas is something I watch a lot when it gets hot and dry, or when it gets cold in the winter. All right, here we go with that crazy Dow Jones versus the NASDAQ. Dow Jones down 170, NASDAQ up again. All eyes on NVIDIA, S&P down 8. Bitcoin, slow day. Dr. Copper, lower. Let's bring him in. He's getting hair and makeup ready. Brady Huck, welcome to the show.
Good to be back on, Tommy. It's been a while. Been a minute.
Yeah. Oh, you were here. You were logging in every morning. You never know how the internet's going to be. It's more comfortable being in your home, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Yeah. You get on the road, you travel a lot, and it's just you bring all your stuff, but it just doesn't feel the same, Tommy.
Doesn't feel the same. Yep. And I'm so used to standing now that when I'm on the road sitting, I feel like they're playing the like I should be standing for the flag, I'm just used to it, which is probably a healthier way to work. All right, let's get healthy and let's talk markets. What do we got to do to get people under control before this USDA report? We'll get back to it in a second. But this guy, hello, ring the bell, Tom Barry. What a neat little segment yesterday. And we'll talk about this more later. But stories from the pits, what a gem to work with this guy, Tom Barry. Good looking, smart, not something you usually see in an ag broker, especially at our firm. But Tom Barry really did a nice little show. And that's the first time he's done it. He says he could do better. I think he did great. But Tom was a broker in the he did. Tom was a broker in the wheat options pit for 25 years. So we'll talk about premium here in a little bit. All right, Brady Huck, I'm excited to move right through the headlines if we have any. I know all eyes on the USDA report, June 28th. That is Friday.
It's a big report, Tommy. Big day.
Yeah. A lot of things going on. We got the end of the quarter. Let's go over it. End of June. Okay, that's so. End of the quarter, kind of a big deal. And then this report, and we have both acreage number and stocks number. And there is a chance, I talked to some friends in the industry, that farmers could be very angry with what the USDA tells them. Imagine if they add more acres. You know how we had that bullish report on the intentions? What if we have a truly bearish report? And also, and I'm asking you this question unrehearsed, which is fine. Connor could jump in too. I had an ATI Pro Media subscriber text me last night. He says, "Are you always bearish? You're so negative." And I said, I didn't tell him the position I had on, but I went home really, really long a bunch of stuff yesterday personally for myself. Now I scalp. I own a seat. Commissions are low. Fees are almost zero. But it's funny that he thinks, of this minute. I don't think people realize as a trader, you could be massively bullish and then 2 minutes later be bearish with the click of the mouse. And so I said, from a farmer standpoint, we're trying to be diligent, not trying, we are being diligent, disciplined, and manage the risk. From a trader standpoint, I thought we closed too cheap yesterday. It didn't surprise me at all that we bounced last night. But that's for the 2 pennies. What we're worried about, Brady, is someone losing the $2. What you're worried about in cattle isn't the $0.50 move. It's the $25 move, correct?
Right. Yeah. And Yeah, you guys talked about it yesterday a little bit with Tom's deal is great stuff. I can't wait to have Tom on again. I love visiting with him and his experience from the pit, just a different perspective versus, just he's got so much experience there. Great stuff in that premium episode. But yeah, the being flat. I mean, as a trader, I'm flat right now. I'm not long. I'm not short. How many contracts are you long if you're Mr. Farmer right now and you have 5,000 bushel contracts? How many contracts are you sitting long right now? So that's why we get bearish. That's why we talk risk management. And it too often risk management comes off as bearish, Tommy. And it doesn't mean to be bearish. It's just what's your natural position? You're naturally long, and how many?
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, let's go.
Yesterday, when the markets closed at 120, I was a pretty big farmer going home, and by 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, when we were watching UR Marshall, I wasn't that big of a farmer, and because I had lightened up so much.
Yeah.
And so you farmers aren't doing what traders in Chicago or all over the world. They're doing two separate things. But I'm so glad he asked me that. And the reason I asked Connor or you for help was I wanted to ask this client, tell me 3 things that are really, really bullish corn. And I'm having a hard time finding 3 really bullish things. I'm going to go first. The number one most bullish thing in corn is the prices dropped so much that foreign countries can buy it way cheaper. They can produce it. So I don't need to raise cattle when you're willing to sell me ground beef at 99 cents a pound, right? So why would I raise cattle?
Yeah.
Or why would I raise corn? So the reason I became a big farmer yesterday for a few minutes was because the price was so much below your cost of production. It allowed me to buy it without ever having to buy a bag of seed, without ever having to buy crop insurance, and I don't own any equipment that's appreciating and depreciating. And of course, I don't own the one gem that we all wish we owned more of, land. And that's why that's my one thing that I'm really bullish about, is that we're affordable. You got number 2 and 3, Connor. You could jump in if you need to.
I'm struggling with you. I would lean towards that similar time frame of, like February, when we said, the biggest thing that's bullish right now is how bearish the trade is, maybe how the amount of selling that has happened over the last month. If that's your bullish card, that it's oversold, okay, be ready to act when it runs and rallies. But things change, Tommy. I mean, gosh, we're not going to know the size of this Black Sea crop, the Safrina corn crop. I don't know, just that time of year where it's tough to find the bulls need fed every day, and it's tough to find that story. You got to run with it. I'd be interested. Pull Connor in here. What's he
Connor,
got? He's
can
got
you
to have
jump
some
on
good
vocally? Give me number 2 and 3. I don't have it. I must be missing something here.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, loud and clear. Ring the bell.
I would say here is a cop-out answer if I'm ever going to say one. But my bullish stories is we still have a whole lot of unknowns. What we have, the flooding out west, right? The pictures are unbelievable. The dry parts actually caught rain, as we could see, Illinois, Indiana, and farther east. We caught some rain, but this crop is still a long way from being made. Friday could really change the balance sheet. So my bullish is going to be the crop's not made. We don't have a final number on acreage, right? It's still got a long way to go, but that's as weak a bullish argument as I've ever put out there. So feel free to make fun of that one, guys.
Well, no, I mean, it's just what it is. So, yeah, it's fine. I mean, there could be other factors. There's a lot of things we don't know, right? There's the things we know. There's things we don't know. We haven't talked about it a long time. We got election risk coming. Risk coming. When's the debate?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I do want to point out, looking at past precipitation, good, like I said, Indiana, most of Illinois. I do want to say I'm not complaining because we got more rain coming, but if you see that nice white spot in Illinois, that's where I'm located. So
Just
it went,
my head here.
right around us.
Illinois boy didn't get rain the last 3 days.
Oh, you're that white part right there. Yeah.
Right there. That's me.
Connor.
Yeah, it's tough. All right. Well, we'll see. These numbers, they a lot of times everyone's focused on the acreage, and the ending stocks often. This, from Chip Flory, listen to him. He's like, everyone's focused on the acreage, and then the ending stocks oftentimes is the surprise, bullish or bearish. We could have a bearish report and close higher on the day. That would be something I've seen so common that the algorithms and people are like, oh my God, that's bearish. Do you not know that there's been bearish news for weeks and weeks and months and months and months. So sometimes all the bearish news is processed.
Mhm.
Of course, we are famous for rallying after today, just with cleaning up all those July contracts. So this happened on the March options expiration and futures first notice day. And
Mhm.
we'll see. Outside markets are stable. Brady, give us a little color on cattle. Folks, if you're out there, you want to give us a comment, and then we're going to get out of here pretty quick. I got to make some phone calls and stuff. But what are you seeing?
Yeah, on the cattle front, box beef has been pretty supportive the last few weeks, and the cash market has been moving higher as well. So the cattle coming out right now doing pretty good versus the cattle coming out maybe a month or 2 months ago. It's demand season. It's summer prime time. Fire up the grill, and if you're killing cows now, killing cattle now, they're going to hit the market here in a week or two. 4th of July is next week. We still got some more demand season ahead of us on the cattle front, but I don't know. The market looks strong. It's having a great day today. If I'm a cow calf guy, though, I'm looking at that feeder cattle contract, and I'm saying, the feeder cattle index is 257, 258, and deferred values. The futures traders aren't putting much premium out there on top of that. So that got my head scratching a little bit. I think those are great values to go out there and protect. I want to be bullish and see things moving higher, but is that telling us something there, Tommy? How aggressive do funds want to be? Do they want to go out there and own those cattle at these levels? But great levels out there to go protect.
Yep. Great point. Hey, for our third point of tell me 3 things that are bullish, people are running around saying that the funds are so short at this point that if we had a weather event, they could have a massive short covering position. That is true, but they have so much profit into their position that you may run out of time before they cover their position. But that to me would be number 3. All right, questions, comments, give them to us. We'd like to answer a few. Otherwise, we're going to get out of here. Of course, you have a few more days to sign up for LRP. But if you have questions, comments, drop them in. We'll get to them real quick here. And LRP, Brady, a few more days for this. And that would be Friday is the last day too.
To transfer your application from one agent to another. So yeah, I've been pretty busy with those the last few weeks, scrambling to get applications moved over from maybe more traditional type insurance agent to a more dedicated, cattle agent, and pairing your LRP with your futures and options account, having that all in one spot just makes a lot of sense. Great opportunity. If you're interested in it, give us a call, holler at us. We can get that moved over pretty quick here.
Yeah. All right. Questions, comments. What do we have here?
Harvested acres. Luke, any
No
thoughts?
way, Luke. You're high on your own supply. How could we know harvested acres at this point? Part of them are underwater. Yeah, that's always something that gets people upset, is that the harvested acres. All right, Tony Dunker, she's got a good point here. Hog and Pig out tomorrow at 2. Been on the phone. Not sure if you said that. No, we have not. But yes, and maybe Tony, you can come on and do a real quick premium. Doesn't have to be long. Speaking of premiums, let's get into that. Yesterday we did have Tom Berry. We talked about that a few times. Let's show that slide one more time. But Tom Berry, Tales from the Pit, just talking about things that happened. It wasn't a long interview. This wasn't a Joe Rogan 3-hour story of your life, although I'd like to record that with him because it'd be good. But this was for premium subscribers, www.atipromedia.com, $1 per day. We also recorded something with Connor B that was called Is Free DP Really Free? I'm not sure what day we're releasing that, but that's a evergreen story. That his point in that 20-minute video, it's not going to expire whether it's today or tomorrow. So sometimes, like weather, we record it, we have to get it out to you in minutes and hours. But something like Connor's piece today, this afternoon, I'm going to record with Brian Basting and send that out only to ATI Pro Media paying subscribers. Not even something you can get in-house if you're an advanced trading client. So, but speaking of advanced trading clients in-house, every Wednesday, Brian does a great video, and those are out there. So go to our advanced trading YouTube channel. There's a beautiful corn and bean video, and Brian's probably going to touch about on the same of that. I'll ask him specific questions, and it's in a much more relaxed environment. With that, Mr. B. Huck, oh, I see the comments thing popping up. Oh, Buckeye Farmer Boy. All right, let's go. I like this guy. Buckeye, text us or email us your address. I want to send you a ATI Pro Media cup. Show him what he's getting, Brady. The ATI Pro Media.
Oh, yeah. Check this out. I'm drinking out of one today.
Hopefully, yeah, God knows what's in there, son. What's in there? What proof is that of that coffee? All right. I think the USDA will add more planted acres to beans and beans and corn, initial reaction will be negative, but markets will shake it off and grind higher. All right. So with that, Buckeye Farm Boy, how much are you going into it? Hedged, sold, protected?
Good.
Yesterday for clients, we bought some upside calls. They may expire worthless, but for wild prices here let me just give you an example. A traditional call, December $5 call is worth 11 5/8. But let's just say, for math standpoint, it's worth 12. Okay, for 12 cents, $600 one lot. You own corn from 5 to infinite. The reason I bought corn yesterday and corn calls was that I don't own farm ground, but I can buy corn below the cost of your production. That should really upset you, but that should upset you no more than when your cost of production was 5 and you sold it to 7 and 8 to the world on the Ukraine invasion. So sometimes speculators can buy corn cheaper and you can produce it. That's why, to my ATI Pro Media paid subscriber who said, "Are you always bearish?" No, but I hate to see farmers lose money. So if I didn't like you guys, there's a lot of things we could tell you that we could do to not help you, and that there are funds, and this is very important, Brady, and you know this. There are funds that spend a lot of money trying to figure out what the farmer's position is and trade against it. And when you hear about someone inflicting max pain, that's an example of that. Is that correct, Brady?
Yep. Corn, I think Managed Money's net short 190,000 contracts right now. Their record shorts, 300 some plus. There's a lot more they can add to that to inflict some more pain, but always got to be cognizant of where they're sitting and what they're doing.
I would love to see a limit up day on Friday. I mean that.
Too.
So, all right. So D's corn right now is 443. If you want to know what limit up was, I'm going to, please stand by. I think it's 35 cents higher. So from 443, my ticket stops at 473. If D's corn went to 473, it would be 20 cents below where it was 4 weeks ago. Let me repeat that for you and back. If D's corn goes limit up on Friday, it's 20 cents below where it was 4 weeks ago. We have room to go up. We have room to go down. Futures and options have risk. Farming has risk. You don't need to trade futures and options. They have risk. Being a farmer, being long multiple years of cash grain has tremendous risk. One last note. I talked to a friend yesterday, and he said he was buying D's 350 corn puts and D's $4 corn puts. And I find that interesting because we haven't talked about a strike that low. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I understand the risk of what, if you pay 2 cents for something, you could lose 2 cents, right? Mm-hmm. But if he's right, holy cow, will pain be inflicted to the ag community. Holy cow. No pun intended there with the cows there, Brady. Didn't mean to offend anyone. But yeah, so there's people out there doing stuff like that. All right, everyone be out there. Be safe. Buckle up, Buttercup. Listen, we haven't used this one in a long time, but USDA report Friday, and there is tremendous risk on all types of things, both upside and downside. USDA June 28th. All right, Tom Grisafi, Valparaiso, Indiana. Brady Huck back in the driver's seat. Got all types of premium coming out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.